Hey guys, my name is Dan KK. To amend to some of the comments, critiques, and praises of the last Shell tutorial, this video is aiming towards doing a full playthrough while taking it slowly and explaining a lot of the actual implementation of the tips, tricks, techniques, and playstyle that I do personally for Shell. Meant to be a very slow-paced run. I want to really help emphasize and explain so that everyone can then learn more from how I play, and for me to provide an opportunity for you guys to leave a comment down below and to help each other, help me out as well. I'm not a perfect guy. I play this game for fun. But I like talking about this guy. He's my favorite character in the game. Obviously, I play him a lot. So we can get straight into it as a slow-paced walkthrough tutorial playthrough style. I'm gonna be playing hard mode. I'm not playing Nightmare because I want to get far and really showcase to you guys and have the opportunities to properly explain a lot of the things I do in action, and not just kind of like nullifying my real playstyle. So something I want to first address is I got many comments on both Discord and on my comments of people saying, hey, I don't know if I can do this on WASD with what you can do on the MOBA control scheme. And unfortunately, after toying around different permutations of the key bindings using the WASD control scheme, unfortunately, I have to inform you guys, you cannot hold down the attack move button, which is bounded to my mouse button 4 button, to do a quick automatic follow-up attack when you're in range of an entity or an enemy. To re-emphasize that point, as you guys have addressed in comments, yes, it is correct that I almost always playing Shell and most melee characters in this game, I always hold my mouse button 4, my attack move quick, and my directional move button, which is right click on the mouse. I always hold both down, so this happens. I walk into a range of an entity and it automatically attacks, so that it allows me to focus more on other parts of the game that's not just attacking and making sure I have the right spacing around my character's attack range. So then I can then do a dash and it automatically follows up with my basic attack. For example, I have my Q on red, I dash in and out of this blue Dream Dust rock, and I automatically hit. Back to WASD control scheme, there's no way to do it besides manually doing a basic attack move in place. You can't hold it down, unfortunately, because you start staggering when you're trying to move. You'll see the same thing if you do the same thing on WASD. So the best advice I have to all you viewers who do play on WASD and don't feel motivated enough to try and learn a new control scheme is to honestly just practice dodging and doing your manual attack move button, which is left mouse button on a WASD control scheme, right after you dash. So like this, right? So whenever I want to then do the same thing, it's just manual instead of automatically. If you really want it truly to be automatic, you'll have to change it. But this is the way you'll have to play it if you really want to do that manual follow-up. And yeah, that's how that works. So the first important thing is to just decide, as playing Shell and any character, how do I map, where do I map? I'm looking at the board, and the most important thing to me is if there are no important nodes of interest to me, then I want to maximize, one, the amount of nodes I visit without risking me having to use a quote token of a hunter zone or tanking a zone and raising my counter for a higher difficulty if I have to go in the hunter zone in the future, right? And maximizing these nodes to get the most currencies to visit these important nodes, but also to uncover as many question marks as I can that's realistic. so I can find these really important nodes I want in the first place, without mitigating the fact that I want to be ahead of the hunters enough so that if I have to do a detour, let's say over here, right? I don't want to have to go to this node if I'm here, but the hunters are right here and have a chance or a guaranteed chance of going back to where I was if the node wasn't here. If they're on my tail, I want to have the choice without tanking a hunter zone to visit that node. So, yeah, again, you guys pointed out that I do move around holding my right mouse button, and I rarely kind of tap when not playing a ranged character, and then I always, again, play with holding my mouse button forward down so I can automatically attack, which allows me to allocate most of my brain power to dodging and doing other things, such as looking at the enemy entity formations, glancing at my minimap, glancing at my ability cooldowns so that I know when to use my abilities. And that's most important on Shell, making sure that I can properly time my blue and red forms at more intended times than just plainly spamming it. So let me just like go in right here, as long as I keep killing. And again, my passive tree, I showcase everything in the tutorial. I'll put a link to my tutorial in the description if you haven't seen already. Another tip that I learned from a comment actually on Discord, shout out to Shrimp, is that you can actually bind on MOBA control scheme your attack in place to manually switch your form, which is really nice because, as I explained in the other video, your red dash is way more effective for dodging and for damage output than your blue. And by doing an attack move in place, then you can just use your red whenever you want to have a lead in and just have it be a lot more reliable. But yeah, so here again, I'm gonna space them out, I'm gonna attack them. Well, there I didn't time it properly. But yeah, I'm keeping my space, attacking them at a range, not going into them, but try my best to go around them when I need to. And again, I'm using my red to try and either hit them or go around them because I know I'm gonna kill them. It's World 1 with a fully built shell on hard mode. Similar effects to Nightmare mode. One of my favorite drops I just got is Shadow Walk. This is really good for World 1 to look for in the shop or to keep and not dismantle, because it is a dash. It resets your basic attack follow-up and makes your basic attack a crit due to its passive. So now I can just start chaining everything together. Well, I'm gonna try to. So here I'll look for enemies to kill by chaining in a line if I can. Here I walk up to the enemy. I was on my blue form, and I know that the minute I hit my basic attack, it's gonna turn to red. So I can just walk up, basic attack, hit my Q immediately, and just start spamming my dodge button basically, and focusing more on where my cursor is so that I can always dodge and basic attack weave into the enemies as I go along. What you can do, instead of what I just did was dismantle it off the rip, was you can hold on to it if you have open ability or essence slots, so that if you go to a shop, you then know that you can afford something instead of having to sacrifice really important things, right? So what I haven't been using yet in my run is my ultimate form, which is my ability with Controlled Madness, which makes your attack range extremely high, and ideally the goal is to have one use of it per map and have it last due to each attack with my build setup, increasing the duration. And since you can dash around extremely fast, it's pretty easy to keep it up as long as you can keep killing them. There I didn't because I'm just talking and doing whatever. I'm aimlessly walking, which is fine. So here, instead of going straight to the well and the ominous presence, I wanted one more node to clear, since I know that the hunter zone is going to be 2 turns away from my current spot, and will most likely be for a little bit until I make an inefficient move, such as going to the shop from here instead of going to here. That's inefficiency. This will cost you 1 hunter zone closer. So now when I have a little bit more increased currency, I have more dust to afford at least 2 upgrades to 1 ability. So again, I'm gonna keep weaving in and out, right? And when you're learning, there's no reason to just spam your dashes and attacks. And it's more important to just kind of practice weaving your dodges in and out with your basic attack. As I showed in my tutorial, I prefer to upgrade my Q so I can get my cooldown faster back on my laceration. That's way more important than upgrading your passive because we already have enough attack damage to one-shot most enemies that matter. And especially if you have another dash, it's just, you can kill them so fast the more dashes you have. And the cooldowns are way more important, so you have way better survivability and choices to do so. Here, this is a mini boss, and oh, that was unfortunate. I was going to say, that kind of boss, all you have to do is dash and circle around him to just dodge the arrows. I took everything, which is really funny. But yeah, you just want to space that boss and just keep hammering him by dashing. Something that's pretty important that I didn't mention in my tutorial is you have to ensure you have cursor direction on for your dash direction with direction movement setting, and as well as click the cast instead of hold the cast as well. This allows you, well, for the first setting I mentioned, to instead of dashing at maximum range wherever your character is looking or where you're moving, you actually just dash to where your cursor is. So it's a lot more controlled. So, because I don't want to dash to a spot where I don't intend them to be, and it's more intentional using your cursor or to wherever directly where it is. Obviously, it doesn't apply to your Q dash or your W, but it's for your mini dash. And this is the main dash you're going to be using throughout the entire run. And it's just nice to control. So, as I said in my tutorial video for Chaos Orbs, since again, the same principle when you're upgrading Dream Dust, when I upgrade Dream Dust, well, my Q with Dream Dust, the same principle, because you can still one-shot them and you're still powerful, and you already scale pretty fine with upgrading your Q and your passive nodes with the tree that I live by. Memory haste is way more important, so you have more dashes at a sooner time for the rest of the game. There was something else I wanted to mention. It kind of passed me, so I'll bring it up later on. So here we have just enough gold to get by. Something that's different about this run than my tutorial video is that my passive tree, I did switch out 2 nodes as a test run, and I don't like it. So I forgot to revert it when I opened up my game today. I usually run the Imagination Tree passive node that allows you to intimidate the shopkeeper, because it allows you to spiral out of control the minute that you get one good success. Assuming you have the reroll shop node on, which I think you should, it maximizes your luck to mitigate bad luck and bad runs. I don't have it on, so things in the shop are going to be more expensive, which will require me to sell my Mass Cleanse, which could be a little unfortunate. It is nice to keep Mass Cleanse because you can actually cleanse curses and hatred pillars with this, which makes it really valuable for currency building and getting other items throughout the whole game, as long as you hold on to it. So when I look at the shop, I did explain the memories and essences I look out for, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And the priority is having dashes. The second priority is having the main essences. So the main abilities I'm looking for are dashes such as Swift Slash to Shadow Walk to Vile Strike. If those exist, I might take Blink, I might take Searing Charge, anything that allows me to reset my dash and has a lower cooldown. I didn't hit that, but what I did hit was Essence of Crimson, and it is the only source of AD scaling health regeneration that you can find. And no one here is a really perfect shell player who can do a flawless run. You will take damage, and the biggest threat to you is taking any damage whatsoever from any source of enemies. So this is always worth a pick up, in my opinion, even if it requires stunning something that you're like, hey, that would feel nice to keep, because of the extra damage and sustain you have on shell. So here, I'm using my dashes. Here I notice that my blue form is up, so I can just do an immediate follow-up with my red form that converts right after I do a basic attack and I walk into range. I will be reiterating the way I play, as in my attack move dash strat, because a lot of you, again, had a lot of questions about, can you demonstrate that? Can you kind of teach that in a way? So this is what I'm doing to kind of do that. So you have my dashes up, you can kill this guy pretty fast. Once you're more comfortable, you can attack these guys a lot faster than I can. So here, with a blue Chaos Orb, there's two right choices here, and this is where it comes to how confident you are with playing Shell. If you are new to Shell, or you're getting used to trying to play in a similar manner to how I'm demonstrating, I would take maximum health. He does have very low base health, and I do have a health scaling node on. That scale is 23, 24 health per level. That's not enough, and having more max health will make it a lot more, basically, make it more playable, mitigate some risk. Because I'm kind of confident about my gameplay, I'm gonna take attack speed, because it scales well when I upgrade my passive node of a couple levels, so that the equivalent passive tree node for attack damage, which is 9, if that comes up as an option, when it's level 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, that's when taking attack speed really surpasses any benefit you get from AD, and it allows you to focus on other Chaos Orb stats that matter more. Most importantly, in order, for the early game, it's a mixture of memory haste and attack speed, followed up, memory haste and max health, followed up by attack speed. If you're confident, or you're going for a mid to late game, long game, maybe loops, or you want to get as strong as possible for the long boss, attack speed is your best friend. Here, we don't have a lot of Dream Dust, and so I have 2 choices, or 3 choices. Do nothing and save to upgrade my Q for the cooldown reduction more. I don't value the damage upgrade, I value more the cooldown. I could upgrade my Crimson for 41 Dust, so I can get higher attack damage, like value from every 4th basic attack, and get a little bit more health. Or I can upgrade my passive and prepare to get stronger, because I do have now an innately higher attack speed following that blue orb. Here I'm gonna choose to took a sip of coffee. Choose to up my passive, because I did just take a 15% attack speed upgrade. For those who would rather pick maximum health, if you're trying to learn Shell and you're not confident, I would not do that, and I would opt for you to actually just save to get a faster cooldown on your Q. Here we have another shop, and unfortunately, we have no gold, and I am not, the way I play, I am not risking selling any of these, because these are just what I would buy in a shop in the first place early game. So I'm not gonna even look at the shop. I don't want to. It's gonna tempt me, and it'll feel bad if I see something I know that I like that I can't get. So now we have Shadow Walk again. We just weave in. We look for paths to kill these guys most effectively. Here's my EMI ultimate, so I can just kill these guys at a extreme range and just keep hammering and keep my cooldown up with Controlled Madness. Oh, not Controlled Madness, but what's it called? Chain Bloodlust. Movement speed, as I explained in the tutorial, it's nice to have, because it allows you to dash, well, move out of danger a little bit faster. Again, for those who want to watch a really solid gameplay video, this might not be the video for you. This video is completely meant to just as an amend, or as an attachment to the tutorial to explain my gameplay more. Which is why I am still at 17 minutes on map 1. Another tip, if you see these Blessed Shrine icons, they're always free. There's no harm in using it unless you're going for the challenge to, not use any kind of guidances while beating the final boss. Here again, I'm gonna hold my mouse button 4 and weave in my attacks while focusing on the spacing around these enemies to kill them. While also holding down my right mouse button so I can move around them in the first place. So this is a hatred remnant. You can choose intense hatred if you feel very confident. And even if I do feel very confident, there are a few curses that just mean immediate good game on Shell. For example, some players say that the inverted movement is just a run killer. It was for me until I got used to it, but if I lose my passive, or if using abilities takes my health away, or it locks me out of a memory for 8 seconds, it's gonna feel real bad and puts me at a lot higher risk of dying. And Shell does not have any innate way to mitigate damage, lower the risk of getting hit, or to buffer the health back, like Vesper, Mist do, what Bismuth has, what Nausea has. He has nothing. And he's not ranged either to try and space enemies out of their range. Because of all these building up factors of what other characters have versus what Shell does not have, I always take indifference on Shell unless I just don't care about the run and I'm here for the jokes or for content. Here's Charcoal. I don't care about Charcoal. So this is either Dream Dust or Gold Currency to me while I hold on to it. Tremendous Mantlings, again, if you have a healing source, for example, I have Crimson, Essence of Crimson, I can, and I will rely to get my health back because I'm not playing on Nightmare mode, I'm playing hard mode for demonstration, so I will get the full 20 health per 4th hit back. But I would say I wouldn't do it on Nightmare mode, so I'm not going to do it now. Here are 3 very interesting options. You have Essence of the Void, Essence of Lethality, and Essence of Wind. On the surface, I personally would get more value out of Lethality on my Q because it would allow me to one-shot them if I hit them directly. But what I think I might go with now is Essence of the Void because it gives me a stronger early game. But whereas what's interesting is Essence of the Wind gives you way more value for the mid to late game, which is what I'm trying to achieve, so I can try and get more scenarios where I can help explain more plays to assist your Shell gameplay. So let's see. Now this is actually a pretty hard choice. They're all actually pretty good as common essences. Because I get 0.6 now, this gives me around 17 attack speed. I mean, attack damage. That just means I kill him faster, more reliably. Whereas this does the same thing. I'm gonna go attack speed because I can scale this up, upgrade it to get more attack damage value out of it, as well as get more get more attack damage value out, upgrade my passive. So these go hand in hand. Upgrading both gives me really good scaling in the mid to late game, sacrificing an extremely strong early game with Lethality or Essence of Void. If you have the gold to spend on a shrine and you're not topped off, it is always good to, you never know if you just skate by a boss. Here, as I explained in the video, you can dodge this guy extremely easily, using your dashes to get out of range. So there, thanks to Crimson, Essence of Crimson, I finished the run on full health. With using the Empower, I choose my Q because it has the most equivalent Dream Dust value than upgrading anything else. If this is your first video of watching my gameplay, and if you really do want to try and start playing like an anime character, as some have said, with playing Shell, the best thing you can do is look up Shell tutorials. There are some good ones on YouTube I've seen. You can also watch mine. They all work pretty well. But as an anime slicer character, as an assassin, the way I play, I feel like I do play pretty fast-paced, pretty flashy, unintendedly. So for these choices here, we have Ricochet, we have Bleakness, and we have Vortex. The only one that I really value here is Ricochet. It does actually give you 2 values for the future gameplay. One, it can synergize pretty well with other essences to proc other essences. For example, this can proc Charcoal if I put it on my Shadow Walk, whereas each of the 3 shards will proc Charcoal. Even though I don't value this, it does really low AP damage and really is ignorable. This will still ricochet the damage from it. You can also ricochet the damage off your Q, which I'm gonna do right now because I prefer, well, one, there's more overall damage coming from my Q that can ricochet off to other enemies than my W does. Both from my Crimson and my Q. If you don't know, essences on the same memory can affect other shared essences. So here, I'm gonna keep going on the map. I didn't explain the map layout and the way I'm pathing yet. Basically, I started here, and I said, okay, well, we have 2 delayed turns until the hunters start here. So I have 3 turns to get over here where they actually start moving, and then I have options to go up or down and keep clearing as much as I can to get the most currencies, and while uncovering the nodes that I need to uncover. So because I have 1, 2, 3 nodes until I use the well, instead of going straight to the well, I have 2 more map nodes worth of Dream Dust to spend. That could mean 1 to 2 essence upgrades, 2 ability upgrades, etc. Here with the Chaos Orb, my options, I have attack damage by 17, level memory by 1, memory haste by 18. Since we have a very easy way to access attack damage, and we don't have an easy way on this character to access memory haste, here I take memory haste by 18 because there is no attack speed increase from this orb that will give me more value. Memory haste gives me, in my opinion, way more value out of your character and his survivability and his damage output than attack damage would, because the pure reason is that I'm already killing them extremely fast. What's the point of taking more attack damage if I'm already killing them fast? Beats me. Here, I have 150 Dream Dust. I have a few options to upgrade. I could upgrade my Crimson for more sustain, my passive for more attack damage, my Q for lower cooldown. I could also split up between all the 3. So if you ever want to see how much AD you gain from your upgrading your passive, just take note of your attack damage. I'm gonna upgrade my passive once. I get 4, which means I have what's the math? I have 40% attack speed innately in my character, combining the passive trees and the nodes I picked up before. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. It's not enough for me to full send all my dust into that, and so since I'm killing them extremely fast and my cooldown is fine for what it is, because I have another dash, I'm gonna actually upgrade my only sustained source right now, which is Crimson, so I can get more healing while it does a little bit more damage for every 4 basic attack, which do come pretty fast since I'm always dashing around. Here in the map, this is very interesting. Shop, or a lizard vendor. Since they start here, if I go here, they might go there. If I go there, after that, they're gonna land here, and that puts me at risk of losing the shop. Or if I go straight to a shop, I'm missing out the value of these other nodes. So what I'm gonna do is a hybrid. I'm gonna go to the lizard shop because there's always rocks there that give me dust and gold. And this allows me to safely visit 1 shop. I don't need 2 shops because I don't have that much gold. So here I have Common Memory Essence, not worth it for the gold. This is not worth it. It would be if I wasn't right next to a shop. That's more worth my gold. Treasure map is interesting. You're gambling 3 random things, or a sneeze on the map, for almost all your gold, all my gold currently. Because I have the option to get 1 thing that I like guaranteed from the shop, almost guaranteed, versus gambling for 3 items, I'm not gonna buy this. If I went to the shop and had no other shop in sight, and I had the money, I actually would take this. I really enjoy the treasure map. But not for now, because I'm choosing that I will get better value at my shop. There, I didn't dismantle Cursor Trail. I want it as a currency. I want it as a currency buffer in case I find something and I can't afford it that I want in a shop. Here, again, looking at the members and essences I kind of described in my tutorial video, I see nothing that I value here. I would take this if I didn't already have Crimson, which is a very good sustain option. This is okay, but I don't care about it in the beginning. It's more so I don't want to get one shot later on in the game, so that's not important. I refresh. These are like cool. Efficiency is pretty good to put on your queue. I am okay, and I think I would rather focus on getting one more dash with my gold than to get more damage or to convert fire damage or do anything else here. Here is a dash, but it's an AP dash, and I kind of like doing damage with my abilities, so that I actually think it is worth to do one more reroll. You can pick up Syrian Charge since you will get it back pretty fast as long as you reliably last hit enemies with it or near last hit them. But I feel fine without picking up another dash. I would rather focus on a better AD dash. One more reroll, and I didn't hit. But what I did hit was Veracity, which is one of the best attack damage boosts in the game, playing this character. And this is fine to live on my W for now, since it is you cast it once every 5 seconds type of deal, which is fine. So here I'm just gonna clear the map again, keeping my distance from the enemies. I'm not rushing in because that is the main way to die. And there I almost dashed in, but I pivoted the last second because I realized I was being pretty dumb. And there, again, hold my mouse button 5, I can see on the overlay and moving. At a blue form, I watch an enemy. The minute I see myself basic attack, I use my Q for red form, and I kill them. Here, they are 2 steps behind me, so I can actually safely go up here and then path down, because I maximize the amount of currency they get from this area. Here, I'm gonna speed up now a little bit. You can see I'm reliably killing everyone, and I'm going up and down the entire map, so I have options to chain my attacks. Because it feels kind of bad when you have no dodge and you have no enemies to get your dash back, and nothing really ready at the ready. So there's almost the entire clear, splash a little bit of lava. They're maintaining my distance, make sure I'm safe. Kill that guy, and this map is clear. This is whatever. I don't think there's gonna be a third shop. I'm holding on to it just in case, because there's no real point in me like selling them. There's no gain from it. Here, taking it kind of slow. I'm in no rush to kill them right now. So that is a good example of what you want to be looking like. You're not rushing, and you're focusing on where do you want to dash, do the damage, and making sure you have some kind of escape mechanism to get out. Either your Q, your W, they're close to being off cooldown, or your 2 dashes. On this monster, this feels nice. Here, just killing them and avoiding the fire when I can. There I did not, but that's okay. There, I know he's gonna be exploding because he's not shooting arrows. So I keep my distance until he explodes, and then I go in. Chaos Orb, max health attack damage or attack speed. Because I know I'm confident, I'm taking attack speed. Again, same reasoning. If you are confident or you're learning Shell, please take max health. Do not underestimate how valuable health is. 120 max health brings to 800 health. That is so much more than what I currently have. That's like 1 or 2 boss hits, which could really mean a lot in the long run. I don't need Great Frost Sword, and I'm gonna go here to get this last node. What I could have done, actually I'll explain it later. What I could have done is gone to that last node on my left, and then backtracking to this last node to maximize currency. I recommend you do that. I didn't do it because I didn't think of it in the moment before I hit my button. So you could have gone there, then back here, because you knew that you're gonna be safe. Hunters can't overtake you, and you won't waste a hunter zone token in a way. I call them tokens. It's like a currency. A bad currency. So this boss, you just be very careful about his attack patterns. So I want to try my best to avoid the attacks, making sure I keep my distance from his attacks like that. That attack will stun you, does a lot of damage. Here's gonna do a lot of artillery from that attack. And right now, all I am focusing on is getting the last thing to remove the immunability. And I'm just comboing him to kill him. One of the questions I got was, hey Dan, in your shell gameplay, you attack extremely fast. How do I do the combos that you do? Well, it's actually simpler than you think, and it's just getting used to it. Again, holding mouse button 4, and using your dash twice, so that when you get a hit, when you have no dashes available, you get the maximized amount of dashes from your passive tree nodes. So I dash, so it's, the combo is, let me get my charges back. In this scenario, when I have 2 dashes available and 2 dodges available, is dash basic attack, right? Oh well, basic attack, dash basic attack in a split second, so that then I will technically be at 0 dashes. Well, those will generate me attack, and then I will use my red Q first when I'm at 0 dashes, attack. And by that point, I'll have 1 or 2 dashes back. I dash, attack again. I have 1 more dodge I haven't used yet. I dodge, I attack. I might get 1 more dodge back. I dodge and I attack. And then by that point, if you take a slow combo, you have your red form back up again. And then you red form, attack. And then if you have nothing and you have to wait another 0.5 seconds, I simply just back up. And during that combo, exclamatory combo, if you see any form of risk attack that you're in range of, please recognize that you're in danger. You don't want to take damage. Just dash away with 1 of your dashes, and then you have your dash to go back in and keep doing the same combo over and over and over again. Practicing getting used to watching and managing your cooldowns and your dashes is the best way you can do it. You can tell on my overlay I do spam my dodge button, because that ensures that I'm out of dodges and I'm relying on my cooldowns. I only kind of watch my dodges when I know that there's a lot of frequent risk attacks from my boss. Here I'm just comboing. There I do the dash, get out of there, because I know it's danger. I blue form up, I walk up to him, basic attack, red form Q, go back with a dodge, and then I kill him. Because that's like what? 6 basic attacks in under half a second to a second. So here is a interesting dilemma. We have basically the choices of maximum health or memory haste. My cooldowns feel pretty good, and I do have lower health, right? And so I feel comfortable actually taking maximum health because I have 26 memory haste and a level 4 Q. I'm okay taking a little bit more max health. I like to take in 1 or 2 before I reach map 3 or 4. I'm on map 3, so I'm a little late to the game. So at this well, I do have a lot of dust. I have 314 dream dust and a whole slew of options, right? I could even upgrade my ultimate for more attack damage percentage, which that's it. Because of that, I'm not doing it until late game, until I really need to maximize my attack damage stat. I do have a lot of attack speed inherently, and I do have a high attack damage. It could be higher, for the only sake of killing bosses faster, I could get more sustain, but my sustain is actually, as you can tell, is really good on my max health. Crimson is a really good essence to pick up if you had opportunity. My Crimson Laceration. My Laceration abilities also have pretty good spot. My cooldown, I get it back pretty fast when I hit an enemy. Veracity is also really good passive health ability and raises attack damage. So honestly, this is really a hard choice, and it's whatever you want to do. I'm not gonna lie, whatever you want to do. I'm not really gonna value these all too much right now since they're working fine. So I'm just gonna play for the late game and upgrade my passive a good bit now instead of everything else because it allows me to kill bosses faster. Killing the bosses faster lets me live longer and get farther in the run. So here I'm just gonna kill him. Again, using the same combos as before. Trying to keep my ultimate up by constantly making sure I am attacking or finding ways to rush in to close the gap and get my chain bloodlust duration increases faster. I have no dust, so there's no point in me going to the well. This is just a node so I can get some currency. So, one of my favorite things to get from the shopkeeper here actually is delaying the hunter turn. If you want more dream dust, this is also extremely valuable if you have the gold. I would rather save my money for the merchant. And if it wasn't for the merchant being right there, I would buy this, but I do want another dash and I want to get rid of some of this stuff. But delaying the hunter zone allows you to take 2 more nodes and kind of explore. You can think of it as if I buy this, I can then try and actually explore these really weird offshoots instead of leaving them question marks, with no risk to the hunters. That would be the smarter choice since I only see one shop. There could be another shop I haven't found yet. And I could find them out by taking the hunter guidance. So, because I'm playing hard mode, not nightmare mode, I will actually buy this so I can show you guys what is the value you get from buying the play hunters for 200 gold. And I did that because I know that I have so many things that I don't need or want that I have to get a lot of gold out of it, right? Looking in the shop, again, narrating my thought process, nothing here is something I need right now. Because I have sustain, which is the only thing I would actually buy if I didn't have it. So I refresh. I see another Crimson, and it is actually really nice to buy really good quality merges. But because I have a limited amount of gold, and I'm looking to fulfill the last few gaps I don't have right now, I'm not gonna try to upgrade it since I can just upgrade it for cheap dust. Here is Teal Blade, and it is better than having Corrosive Trail because, again, it acts as a basic attack reset. So I'll demonstrate on the shopkeeper with a basic attack, E, and basic attack follow up. Okay, well, I forgot. Well, let me try again. After I refresh, 1 second. Nothing here, again I value. I have another Shadow Walk, which honestly is better than Teal Blade. But yeah, for example, I'll do this. Okay, well, I didn't do it correctly. I'm gonna do one more demonstration. I'm not doing it. 1 second. let me do it slow motion. Attack, E, attack. So you can see there, it actually does reset my basic attack cooldown. It does do it in practice. I don't think it's proccing the visual effects because I'm hitting E right after I hit my attack move, but that is how it technically works. I'm just not gonna do it on the shopkeeper because I want to actually buy the other Shadow Walk. It is way better than having a Teal Blade because it is another way to do damage. Something here that I value even more than something I have here personally, and I'll get rid of these 2 things, essence of what I sell? I'm not sure. It was the one where it empowers your damage every 10 seconds. Don't want it, too long, I don't want to wait. Ricochet is cool, but I'll put on something else because it's fine. Confidence is a really good common essence. It is simply 28% more damage to both my higher level Q than not, and both my Crimson damage. That is extremely valuable. And because it does more damage, I'm gonna put Ricochet on Q so that ricochets both this damage and Q'd, which the damage is now buffed by my confidence. And have my W just be the one where I just am proccing my wind and veracity for 5 seconds each. Something that is also pretty good is Essence of Love. I'm gonna sell Charcoal because Charcoal has no value to me personally. The AP damage is whatever, and I don't have any fire synergies currently on my character. But Essence of Love is pretty good because of the movement speed upgrade and the attack speed upgrade. Yes, it is reduced by half of the value you read when it's applied on yourself, but since Veracity actually heals me and procs the Essence of Love, I get my movement speed, and that is any way that I play the game. Any additive way to get out of danger faster by either killing them faster or by moving out of it faster is valuable. This does both, so I really enjoy Essence of Love if I can easily proc it. And everything else here is not worth it for me. So that was that shop's thing. So now we have Hunter's delayed by 2 turns, it's now delayed by 1 more turn. So what we can do is say, hey, let's figure out what these question marks are here, and we can go back and go up, and we're still in a very safe area. Or we can go up here and uncover these 2 branches. I'm gonna choose to do that because I realized saying that it had more value than figuring out one thing and locking into that one decision. So here I'm just gonna combo around. Again, I'm using all my abilities at whim. You can see that this is a veil of time, so I'm just spamming my W because I know that I will kill everything. So here's a spinning whirlwind, don't need it. I have my dashes all here. Again, playing attack, damage, assassin, shell, what you really want to focus on is getting your dashes back. So there, beam, my iframe of my shadow walk there. So the softly explained, beam is a pretty scary mini boss you'll find in the Fragment of Starry Sky world. Being hit by those 3 beams on Nightmare Mode, you can say goodbye to your run. So always make sure you have some kind of way to get out of it through your dodges or your abilities. Because he does both of that. He can explode and do his laser beam. He can do his laser beam, have artillery shells. He can do a lot of really bad things. Apologies if my voice is now getting a little sore and raspy and harder to understand. I had a very long night last night. I'm very tired today, and I've been rambling now for around 45 minutes, 48 minutes. And I'm not really used to talking this long, so bear with me, please. So here we have another Chaos Orb. Looking at it, we have 3 really good options: attack speed, maximum health, and memory haste. Since I have 3 dashes and I always have something ready, this is at least a lesser priority for me to get. Max health, I really could take and pick that up because I still don't have 1,000 health. I'm on my map 3. Or I can just be an insane over farming powerhouse and just go straight damage. I like the sound of that because I now get 1.1 attack speed, attack damage for every attack speed since I have level 6. I just got 21-ish attack damage from that. Insanely good value. I'm okay with that personally than having max health because only for the sole fact that I know I have sustain through my Crimson and my Veracity. If I didn't have both of these together, max health I actually would have taken. Here we have a Transcendence to roll any bad gems we have, or things that we can say, hey, we'll risk this for something better. As well as more currency because it is a powerful force node. Here, yep, we're just gonna do the same thing as we've been doing. Pulling down mouse button 4 and just washing these guys away. Guidance, this is preferable if you want to do a really long run and buffer the sustain by getting more health and getting barrier. Guidance is your best friend on Nightmare mode. I'm not doing that, and my healing, I haven't been focusing on it too much. So Essence of Love, I'll take it for now because I get the increased attack speed and movement speed. Since I have a lot of dashes, it actually devalues the usability of Quicksilver. So I have some gold. I don't see a shop in sight for now, so I'm okay with gambling. Wound is pretty ass. I don't do AP damage, so I gamble. Metal is pretty good because I can put it on my R, and after I wipe out an entire map, if I somehow have a deficiency or a hiatus of enemies, I have my R ready for the next fight a lot sooner or faster. And I actually have a tip on that in a second. So I'll demonstrate the tip now, but I'll explain it in a second once I finish whatever I'm doing now. So what you can see there is, actually no, you can't see it, but... So I have metal on it, so I got it back immediately. But let's say that my active was up, right? And I cleared the map, and it still has a lot of duration left. If I go to another map, it'll still be on clock down, but it takes time for enemies to spawn. So there's a high chance that I actually lose the duration of it before I hit someone and extend it. And I have to wait another, what could be 11 seconds for it to come back. But if you have the duration up, you can actually drop it on the ground and pick it up. And it completely removes the effect and immediately starts the duration, so that you will then guarantee to have it at the ready a little sooner after you start fighting. It's a very, very niche, kind of a speedrunning trick. And the best way to actually do that is to allow... Where is it? Am I blind? It's supposed to be the one... Yeah, memory edit outside edit mode. Sorry, I'm blind. Turn this on, and you can actually just drop it and pick it up without having full control. A lot faster. Right? But that's a very small shell, minute trick. Dismantle that. And see that we're ahead of the hunters. They're not really at risk of me getting them. I could maximize getting to one more node and then backtracking back to the boss. I don't care enough, and I'm kind of done with this map. So I'm just gonna go to the boss. But I would say it's preferable to do one more map node so you can maximize the amount of currency you can get. You never know when you need those last few dollars or those last few dream dusts. Here we're gonna again do our combos to melt him down. Our dash for that attack. And there I knew that if I did one more attack on him instead of dodging, he would actually cancel that move. Here we could kill him while he's in his black hole form, but obviously we don't do that all the time. So I'm just gonna play him extremely normally and just wipe him after the phase is over. If you're an actual Giga Chad, and I've done it numerous times in various videos, you can't just kill him right before the phase 3 black hole phase. And I think I actually have the capabilities. I have very, very high attack damage right now as it stands, and I have a lot of dashes, and I have a lot of sustain. So I could have just comboed, with all my dashes, and each dash I do is one basic attack that's automatically procced by my MB4. But I'm tired, and I'm not doing a speed run. You'll see that more casually on different videos. Bug area, you have to be, I would say, more careful than not, since there are a lot of enemies and they do have pretty insane attacks sometimes. So here, again, we're just clearing the map. Again, we're just wiping the map. Not playing the game fast. I'll play the game fast in other runs. Just simply, the only goal right now is to just kill everything and not take damage. Just as a practice to then say, hey, I'm now good at dodging, I can now do Nightmare Mode on the shell extremely reliably. Okay, so Maw of Doom on shell, you really don't want to lose anything. Even if you're like, hey, it's only an 8% chance. What can I lose? You can lose your passive, you can lose your sustain, you can lose your Q. And yeah, it's a small chance to do it. But you would rather use it on essences that would be nice to upgrade, but that won't kill you and won't make you sad if you lose it. I emphasize this a lot to my friends, and I'll say it to all viewers here, please don't get greedy. The only thing here I'm willing to risk on this is my Ricochet and my Love, but my Love has more value, so I'll use it. See? Bang. Higher chance. I'm like, hey, if I lose it, I'm only losing a little bit of AD stat and movement speed if I don't need it, but it'll be really nice to have if I kept it. It won't cripple the way I play, and it won't make me take more damage if I lose it. So there, I lost it. You can see that even on low percent chances, you will lose it, which is why I used it on that. That could have easily been my passive if I upgraded this 3 times. If you see a Maw of Doom, I would say it is worth going to it because a free upgrade is very, very worth it. So I'm looking at the map, you can either go down and ignore the shops and clear out all these nodes, or you can go in a circle, honestly. So it's delay my 1 more turn, you can go here, shop, backtrack, shop, and you just be on the boss, because that gives you a lot of options. I'm gonna do that personally. There's a lot of ways you can play this map. There might be an efficient one, but this is the way I'm gonna play it right now. So I'm just gonna clear the map. So this is 130 now. This is pretty expensive to upgrade, and I don't have that much dust. I'm gonna focus on, honestly, my veracity, because if you look at my Crimson, because of my really high scaling and it's already an okay quality, I get 60 health for every 4 hits. That's a lot of health back in my opinion, and I don't need more than that, and the damage is pretty ignorable what's worth for that one. Here I'm gonna dodge the arrows with my iframes. Again, I'm not rushing to kill this guy, I'm showcasing there's no reason to take a fight fast and go straight into him. If he's here, right, I'm not going straight into him because I'm gonna hit by the arrows. I can just take it slow. He's not gonna dive into me. And he can't really hit me if I just slowly and read attacks, dodge everything. Chaos Orb, we have maximum health and memory haste. I'll re-emphasize it. I feel pretty good about my haste. It would be super nice to have everything back a lot faster. But to mitigate some of the health, I'll take maximum health for now. If you are confident and you have better sustain, like I do here, oh my god. I never want to give up a Chaos Orb, so I'm going to deviate from my original path. But yeah, you can take Memory Haste there. That's actually not a bad option at all. And if I was in a more riskier mindset, I would take that, because it's more fun to have more dashes up faster. But max health just makes you feel a lot safer. Makes me feel a lot safer. Here we're gonna clear the room using the combos I explained before. We're just gonna kill this boss. Again, we're taking our time with it. We're reading his artillery strikes, we're reading his dashes, making sure we're in a good spot, and making sure that when we go in, nothing will hit us. I'm not going in when he's right before he's gonna dash into me. My character, I'm not dashing into him. I'm just making sure I keep my distance and attacking him. Here, I don't like attack damage because attack speed is way more valuable, and I get more value of any other stat than attack damage. So I'm going Memory Haste for this one. And this is where you have to make a choice. I value a shop for a run more importantly than a strong smell lizard. This is whatever, and since I know I'm going to a shop, and I am okay on Dream Dust upgrades, I will use this as currency for gold when I get to the shop. But yeah, again, this is my decision. I value the shop more. I have a lot of things I could buy, the amount of gold I have, and the bomb path doesn't really seem rewarding since I know the shop's now down here, or up here, right, where I started the run on this map. So this map's kind of funny. The audio glitches are hilarious. I hate this gem. I love it on some characters. Right now, I prefer to just ignore it. Again, some dust. I could do, well, I can do I could sell my insensitivity for more dust, right, and get one more passive. But I'm extremely strong, and I would just rather upgrade my like percent-based attack damage, which gives me more value, honestly, out of my passive. Or I just upgrade my sustain and a little more damage. This is the safer option. This is the Sigma option, and this is the neutral option. So therefore, for most viewers watching, if you're watching this video, you're most likely learning or wanting to see other players how they play Shell, so you can incorporate your own playstyle. So just for this one time, this is the correct safer move, and this is what I would actually do in Nightmare mode, is get my sustain up. I wanted to do Veracity so badly, but this is actually the right option. Okay, my audio is stupid. I do have, oh my god. Okay, don't do that. Always watch where you're walking. It's fine, I have Crimson upgraded. I'm just really dumb. Okay, so since you're playing Shell, you don't need an AoE, cause who needs AoE if 0.1 seconds later you're killing the next enemy? So Essence of Pain, unless you have other synergizing abilities, such as Essence of Fangs, that procs Clemency, it does high damage with Fangs. That could be worth it to hit numerous enemies, get more Clemency out of your Fangs and Q procs, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, without any synergies, I think it's not that powerful in Shell by himself. Since he's not Lacerta, right? He doesn't lack AoE. His AoE is just really insanely fast, no target targeting, and just going between enemies. I don't need that. So I refresh. We do have Blood Harvest. It's okay. It's not bad if you have some CDR in your abilities. I don't. And so I'm like, hey, okay, I can miss out, and I would rather keep my dashes here. I could upgrade my confidence. I'm okay with it being like this. It's not a priority essence, but it's one that's really good, but not good enough for me to pour in money to upgrade it. I did say in my tutorial that Umbral Edge is pretty good if you're very comfortable with your dashes and their cooldowns. I don't think I want to do that because I don't have a very high usage of these for CDR like reduction yet. So I'm gonna keep these over taking Umbral Edge. I'm not doing a long-term run, and the main value of Umbral Edge isn't the dark damage added. It's actually simply, for me personally, just the critical strike chance for doing double damage. This is a really good option, don't get me wrong, and if you do feel like you like playing slow and you want to keep your dashes, well, keep 2 dashes and you're fine with that, please feel free to sell the third one. This is a really fine choice to take. Personally, I'd be a complete anime character and like the sword slash, and so I'm just gonna keep my dashes. And since this is the only shop we're gonna be visiting this map, it looks like, I'm fine putting the rest of my gold into confidences since it is the last remaining good option from the shop. I was hoping for Violet Strike or Sia Swift Slash, but that's okay. Another run, another time. Here you can see that I'm getting a... Hold on, my audio is really bad right now. It's distracting me. Again, see there, Crimson is keeping our health up, and my audio is dying, so I'm gonna get rid of that. It's really pissing me off. Here we're just killing them, right? Nothing really new to say currently. I'm just, again, the main thing I want to emphasize is get very comfortable practicing combos of looking at your cooldowns, looking at your Q, predicting what your Q will be when you do an attack or a maneuver, and focusing on, okay, dodging the attacks, going around the enemies, not into the enemies, so that you mitigate any risk. There, so what I really should have done is I actually saw that circle and I thought to kill him fast enough. The safer option is to just wait the 1 more second to not get hit by that AoE attack. It's like that. There, he would have exploded and it would have been fine. I did get hit there a lot. For the sole reason is that I'm getting sloppy because I am talking a lot. There, I thought I had red, I did not. So here, this is stupid. I could go here and tank back the 100 zones on the way back. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go to the last boss of World 4. And since I have low health, again, it is always worth using. Don't try and be a hero and say, hey, let me save my gold and not get the health back, because you never know when that boss can be your last boss of the run. So the tip for this boss is always trying to stay behind him. His main danger attacks are the ones in front of him like that will stun you. But here now, we just combo onto these pillars. Here my manual attacks, I can use my red dash to get over here faster and do more damage. Like that again. And now they're all dead. Got stunned because I walked into his front of his himself. Here I'm just comboing him and he's dead. Again, just practicing the combos of dodge, attack, dodge, attack, dodge, attack, dodge, attack, dodge, attack, dodge, attack. Vice versa. You know the drill. You know the drill. And now you can say, hey, I can relax for a little bit and prepare my butt to be clenched for this last Primus fight. I'm on hard mode, it's not gonna be bad. So here, we finally hit a Swift Slash. We will always take this. Essence of Momentum is also pretty good. I think it's better than my Ricochet, because I have nothing to Ricochet back for this boss fight. So I'm gonna pick up Momentum, so I get my Q back even faster. My Q does an okay amount of damage. So does my Swift Slash. So honestly, I'm okay having it on my Swift Slash because it does more damage. You can't go wrong with it. I'm gonna keep it on my Q, cause why not? Well, specifically, I'm gonna keep on my Q because I already have so much CDR on it because of his like the inherent pass nodes I have on it. So reducing it by 0.3 is more like reducing it by 50% versus reducing it by literally like 9% on my Swift Slash. Here, I'm just gonna cycle through. I have enough gold to get another Swift Slash. I do prefer Swift Slash over Shadow Walk, since I just like it more. And also on top of that, it's a higher level, so innately, because of the level difference, it is always worth it to replace Shadow Walk. I feel technically maximizing damage value. You can Swift Slash has a faster animation, so you can attack sooner and dish out a higher DPS than Shadow Walk. Shadow Walk animation is slightly bit longer and does do less damage if they're both the same level. So that's why Swift Slash is, in my opinion, way more worth it. Here, I was hoping for Vile Strike so I can skip out of the Fireball phase for Primus. But I'm just gonna have to weave between the grid form of the fireballs or use iframes and dash through it. Both I'm okay with. Here for this fight, my damage is actually pretty good. So I get 22 out of that, and I don't think I need more because I do have 3 dashes. So what I'm gonna do is, well, again, I have enough attack damage, so I'm gonna upgrade my sustainability a little bit. But Veracity is gonna give me both sustainability and damage, and that is pretty valuable. Again, there's a statue here for free if you want to use it. There's no harm in it. Get to the boss. We're gonna knock. We're knocking here. So the tips for this fight is always be ready to dodge away from him and get out of danger. So I'll try my best to narrate during this fight, but I do want to win this to say, hey, I won this walkthrough narration playthrough of Shell. But yeah, see there, I would rather get out of danger, and you can see that I'm actually dodging into him back and forth. So if he attacks one direction, I can get out pretty fast. Here, I am not afraid to use my abilities to get out of danger. Very important that you make sure that you're like, hey, oh, well, they're not there, but you want to make sure to stay out of danger. Again, using abilities and your dodges. So now I'm gonna actually do my full combo set to show you guys the amount of damage we can actually do on Shell. Or try to at least. So there, I'm gonna dodge out of place for this kind of like pistol phase. Make sure you're behind him. He can't really hit you that well if he's doing that. So this phase, it's not actually worth it to try and weave attacks or get cocky and do more damage. Just focus on dodging. I got hit there once, ideally you don't want to. Here, you want to make sure you dodge his close range explosion, that's like happens every so often. This is the fireball phase, you gotta choose to iframe through it. If they're far enough away, it is way more safe to just go in between the fireballs like that. Here, it's the same way. I can iframe through this and be safe, and then, hey, that gap is a lot wider. Iframe through that, and then say, hey, I got a little bit of gap there, I can do that. Here I'll have the iframe here again, or just weave between them. And now I know the boss is won, because now I can just unload my entire combo and get into the third phase as fast as I can. There, he's explosion. There's no need to take unnecessary damage if I don't have to. Here, I'm just gonna try and kill him. There, I should have taken my dodge so I can get out of that attack, but I didn't. Got a little greedy. For this attack, again, I could kill him, but just to demonstrate this phase again, don't get cocky, just try and stay between his diagonal lightning attacks, and now you can kill him. There's no shame in just waiting it out a little longer to ensure that you're reading his attacks correctly. And now, this is an endurance test. You can either attack him to make his phase go faster, or you can just simply wait it out. His barrier does tick away, right? You can literally just focus on dodging, play it safe. But I like having fun. I like playing with my food, you know? Remember, use your iframes, use your dodges to get in and out of his attacks, just like that. This you can't really dodge, honestly. It makes you delusional. It's fine. So if I get attacked by him in this phase, you do get your abilities locked in. I am getting a little sloppy. I did get hit a few times, or a lot, but ideally you don't want to at all. Here I'm just gonna finish a run because I just want to finish the run. Again, that was a really poor example of the last part of phase 3. You want to use your abilities to dodge out of the way. Well, I know that I will live through it, even though I did get a little low. You can watch my speedrun to really see a good example of how I did it. But yeah, that is a sad ending, because I got hit a lot. but to a walkthrough, a playthrough of Shell on hard mode, with me trying my best to narrate and explain every micro decision that I was faced. I hope that this playthrough guide helps the viewers here have a deeper understanding beyond the tutorial I posted a few days ago. These tips and tricks and techniques and implementations to your gameplay, and then I hope that it improves how you play. Nothing else really to say. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to see more content, please comment down below. I love responding to all comments. If you have any future suggestions of what you want to see, if it's more shell techniques, want more demonstrations, just want to see more general, regular gameplay style videos, let me know again. If you want to see other characters, that'd be fun too. I do enjoy playing all characters. They're all extremely fun for me. Yeah, and as always, I hope I addressed any lingering questions that were left unanswered, or I hope that I answered a lot of the other comments I commonly saw popping up on both my YouTube video comments as well as the Discord. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Have a great rest of your day, and keep practicing Shell. It is so worth it. You will one day become the anime character you always wanted to be. Alright. See y'all.